morning and g'day mate, and welcome back to Dyson Sphere with me, Jetty, and of course, the wonderful Mr. Icarus. And in our last couple of episodes, we've been going through and we've been automating science. Well, re-automating science. Alright, Icarus, I'm going to try and get through this intro as quickly as possible. Don't interrupt. Okay, we've been trying to re-automate science, like keep it moving. Make a nice, pretty blueprint for blue and red and yellow, and we just finished off purple. Well, mostly. We're missing a couple of rare resources to get the rare version of purple running, but the one that's running off raw resources is working fine. And in theory, today we'd be doing green science, except rather than doing that, I'm going to procrastinate. I'm going to do some outposting and also do some housekeeping. So today we're doing a whole bunch of housekeeping, including getting some extra construction drones. Because the first thing I need to do is, science is crap, because we need to swap those across and have them actually produce white science, because we're done with the normal science. So let's refill these guys and get this crap out of my inventory, because I can't handcraft white science, otherwise I just pick up some antimatter and let's go. But yeah, blue, another lab, we'll get there in a second. At the same time, I want to set up recycling, because there are definitely some things we're done with. So, let's step across to... Now science is done. And funnily enough, all those labs making white science is going to be more than enough to keep our little twin towers of white science actually processing. So, we don't need to adjust that just yet. Not until I make the next blueprint that has green science, and then we're good. Okay, so next thing we want to talk about is I am done with, let's look in here, it's easier. I'm done with Sorter Mark 1, Sorter Mark 2, also Belt Mark 1, okay? At this point, we can pretty much guarantee that we have no more use for those. That belt is literally going through your head. I hope you're okay. So with my mall, and something I'm very, very proud of, is it has automatic recycling. So we need to make sure any Sorter Mark 1, Sorter Mark 2, and Belt Mark 1 get auto-recycled. So I want to come in here, I'm going to go Belts, Sorter, oh, wrong Sorter, Sorter. Okay, and then it's just a matter of lining up our belts. So this bottom belt goes to Sorter Mark 1. So you are Mark 1 sorters. The next belt goes to Sorter Mark 2, and then the next belt comes over here to go to belts. And with that done, we're going to have all three of those get recycled automatically. Which means, if I go... Oh, no, actually, there's one other thing we need to do. And that is probably put shippy ships in here. Also, this tower is going to be very, very special. I'm going to set this to 1% with demand. Okay, and the idea being that if I find belts or sorters anywhere in the galaxy, I can put them in any tower, and this tower will come and collect them. Output them in here, they'll flow along here. We have, in every single case, an extra box on top, which means we can plug it into that box, and then they'll actually force the items down into the lower box, and then auto-upcycle them. Because I like upcycling our old materials. One thing I do want to grab whilst we're here is a whole bunch of those. Plus, we'll grab a whole bunch of those, and also, whilst we're here, interstellar logistics stations, 50 off? Sure. We have a number of things I need to do, so I want to make sure the inventory is good to go, just saves time later. We're going to grab all of those, plus I'm going to grab all of those. And lastly, wind turbines. Let's grab them out of the box first, and then out of the tower second. And that is a very, very full inventory. It should do us, at least for 20 minutes or so. Okay, so that's it on the home planet. The home planet is desperately running out of resources. It's basically out of iron. It's not that long out of till we're out of copper as well. It has plenty of stone, plenty of coal, but the coal we're turning into proliferator juice, like a lot of proliferator juice here and here. Yeah, it's still got some coal in there. And there's a third build over here. Yep, it's third build over here. So we have plenty of proliferator juice we're converting all our coal into. And our stone, well, stone's pretty pointless. But next thing I want to do is I want to go out to map view, and we want to make a jaunt across our little system, because our great intergalactic advertising campaign of the sub to JD sign, because, you know, you're in here, you're in episode, what, 8? We're up to episode 8 by now. If you haven't subscribed to the channel and you're enjoying the blueprints, This is like the intergalactic advertising campaign to remind you to click the subscribe button. If you've already clicked that, I suggest you click the like button. But with that out of the way, we want to go to the Home 2 system right here because it's still firing off sails. Sails are pretty pointless at this stage. So we're going to fly across there and we're going to fix up the sail issue and just stop them firing. Also, that's where the other half of the mall is. So it's going to have some more materials. Yep, let's just hit the walk button. It's going to have some more materials I want to pick up. Oh, I'm curious. I know these move out of the way now, but if we're in... Well, they sort of move out of the way. Oop. So, the panels now move out of the way, which is really, really cool. And it turns out if you're flying through at warp speed, they still try their hardest to move out of the way as you fly through at high speed. Okay, what we want to do on this particular planet is I want to pick up a lot of those. With a lot of those. I hope I have enough inventory space. 50 of those seems a bit much. Let's go with 40. That was 41. I have one back. Where do we make advanced miners? You. Have some of those. Okay, that squeezed me in a little bit more inventory space. Where is solar panels? We're right in the inventory. It goes in there. Okay. Really right in the inventory. Okay, these are the traffic stops. Now, these are good for counting how many resources... Well, there's no power. Counting how many resources are moving on a belt. They're used mainly for testing out brand new builds. Honestly, I know I make them here somewhere. At least I think I do. Maybe I never automate them. No, it doesn't look like I did. Okay, we're going to put these right here. And press that button like they never existed. Ooh. With that out of the way, no, that's not emptying my inventory. I got a couple of slots. Okay, so I have those. I need to get cannons. Oh crap, there's several things I need. Okay, the cannons we can probably live without. The next thing I want to pick up is... We just got to loop the planet one more time. Is those guys. Yeah, that's one full inventory. Juice. Oh, there's another construction drone. Well, drones move a little bit faster. Juice. Use juice. Okay, you can have them in juice. And that should give me 2 slots free to pick up cannons. Cannons. That one. You stacking stacks of 30. So I can pick up 60 of you just. Talking about a full inventory. Okay, alright, with that out of the way, one thing I want to do whilst we're here is I want to go to here and have you, no, you're already remote demanding, you're good. Okay, so we just need to go stop the sails, which could be an issue because I don't think anything we try and deconstruct is going to fit my inventory anymore, so it's probably going to explode on the ground. But that's going to be okay. So what we want to do is we want to come here and I want to cut that belt and that belt. And we're going to pretend that never happened. And that'll stop the sails launching. Eventually, they'll take a while to bleed out, but once they bleed out, they'll be fine. As for our rocket production, we can see that our rocket production is continuing when we can find some processors, which are few and far in between, because we don't have enough processor builds. And I don't have an easy pre-built blueprint to dump down some more at the moment, so we're going to ignore the problem, like the adults we are. In the meantime, we do have 3,641 rockets, plus 10,000 rockets, plus 10,000 rockets. So we're good on rockets for right now. I just need someone to launch them, which means we're going to be leaving our home system. We are, which is actually out of iron ore. It's fine. We're going to pop across to. I made it here without warpers. And I want to stop at... Crap. I need inventory space. Okay, turns out... Who's the one that does ray receivers? Ray receivers go back in there. Turns out I need some inventory space because we're going to a water world, which means I need... When I fight... Is that the build? That's the build. I need just a tiny bit of foundations. Okay, so as I said, we're going to make a trip across the galaxy to... I made it here without warpers, which we made it to originally without warpers. And I've already visited the gas giant. We've already covered that with the orbital collectors. But I haven't made it to... I made it here without warpers number 1, because obviously it's not named. Which has... Hang on. You have optical creating crystal and spiniform, which means that our water world is going to have oil. You have spiniform? You have spiniform. We're going to go to Philip Simmons first, which is where we're getting silicon from. We're going to go there first, because according to that, it has spiniform, which is sort of important. Very important, because that's one of the rare resources we need for purple science. So they're the two things I need to go pick up. I need to go pick up for purple science. When we made the rare recipe, we chose to use spiniform to make the nanotubes. At the same time, we chose to use fractal silicon to make the crystal silicon, which is fine, except we don't have access to either of those resources. We haven't found them. We haven't started mining them. And I didn't realize this planet had spiniform. 700k. It's not a lot, but it's definitely a start. And this is a very, very old school planet. In fact, it's not even doing great on power. Okay, so let's find our spiniform. It's over there, and this does not have... Not in the slightest. It does not have a North Pole outpost. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, in the great tradition, is we're going to put down a power hub, okay? Because it just simplifies life in general. Nope, wrong button. Build mode. That's where the North Pole is. Completely underwater. Can we make that a little bit larger? And first layer, second layer, third layer. I need to come out to there. And then I need to come out to there for all our power plants. And there goes 6,000 foundations. But we can come into here and drop down one of those real quick. What? What? Needs foundation support. Where'd I miss? Oh, probably the very edge. Or just, you know, fill in everything and make sure. Because, you know, we do have 7.91 million soil piles, so we're not likely to run out right now. Okay, back into there, back into there, back into there, and paste. Okay, so that is going to give us our power hub, which is good because, like I said, this one does happen to have a gas giant nice and close, which is going to have plenty of hydrogen. In fact, it actually makes more hydrogen than the hydrogen is the primary resource, so it shouldn't be too hard to get this up and running. We just need to apply shippies and shippies. Then move on to the next one. Shippies and shippies. Yep. And then next tower. Come on. Shippies and shippies. And then 2 more towers with shippies and shippies. Whilst the bots go crazy putting down everything. You know, you put down one of these builds and suddenly your inventory is way less full. Okay, shippies and shippies. Sort the inventory. Okay, next thing I want to do is, obviously, plug this in the main grid. Because if it's plugged in the main grid, it's just going to work. Cool. Everything went yellow, but that's okay. It's a start. This... Ooh. You're not a big ship. You know what? Yes. We spoke about it previously. About putting down a big tower. And having you import... wood, and grass, and shippies, and warpers. Just 100. Local demand, set that to 100%. And we are proliferating everything on this planet. Excellent, cool. We're going to put that in there. No, that in there. We didn't pick up any greenery. We're going to have this one. Remote demand and remote demand. Because we have towers and towers and towers full of plant fuel and logs out there in the galaxy. Which we can now turn into organic crystal on this planet. Because I completely forgot about that build. Alright, where are you up to? You are bringing in the hydrogen, so you're going to be up and running in a second. We just need to do some quick outposting. Where is my spin form? Crude oil. Spinner form. 713. It's one node right over there. Okay, so let's go grab our one node. Because this is one of the 2 rare resources we need to get things up and running. Which is conveniently right there, right beside power. Can I get you 100% coverage? Perfect. Give you a power pole. And then obviously, there we go. On top of that, I need to mine 10 or 12. I can't remember how much I actually have to mine to get the Magpie achievement. So we're just going to mine 12 of this. And then I think I'm going to put in a cut. And we're going to go outpost the rest of this planet. It's only one of the 2 rare resources we need, so we're halfway there. Hey, that's a crap ton of wood being imported. Actually, we'll set up you local and local as well. Yes, okay. And we have 15 spinner form. Perfect. We can dump that in that tower. And yeah, I'm going to put in a cut. Obviously. No, we have plenty of silicon. Maybe it was just a power problem. How's power on the planet now? Still not great. They all look to be running. Okay, alright. What we're going to do is we're going to put in a cut. I'm going to go do some outposting. We are, what, 43:17? Let's see how long it takes for me to outpost the whole planet. I'll be back. Okay, like 15 minutes flat, roughly. Planet is done. We have tapped every resource, which now means we have spinner form in the network, which is great because that's one of the 2 things we need for purple science. Plus, we managed to pick up a whole bunch of oil and titanium and iron and coal and all sorts of other goodies that I hadn't actually grabbed on this planet. Also, very, very importantly, super importantly, we now have, wherever it is, this area. We have this this lovely tower, which is going to import all our leaves. We're going to find all over the galaxy. Plus, oh, we got some oil in it. We're going to import all our leaves. Plus, we'll import all our logs and turn all that into organic crystal, which should get exported. Same time, power is now definitely solved here, which means I'm going to do that. Which is going to cause an issue for the power grid. The fact that we have one tower that's just trying to, you know, use 300 megawatts at once. But after the buffer fills up, it should maintain. It should be okay. How much do we produce on this planet? 350. We might cut you back to just like 200 megawatts, roughly. But that should be enough that we can get ships in and out faster, which should alleviate some of our silicon, high purity silicon, like processed silicon issues. But with that planet done, we need to go track down the other rare resource we need for purple science, which is our fractal silicon. That recipe, fractal silicon. So with spinner form handled, I want to zoom way out. I'm going to leave, I made it here with without warpers, and we're going to go over to Itova, whatever. We're going to go across this system, which we're going to name after a lovely Patreon member, and we'll set up Icarus to just start flying, and then we'll talk on the way, because I'm doing 2 things with this series. 2 things special to thank you guys. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. Clicking the buttons, be it the join button beside the subscribe button, beside the like button, which you should have already clicked the other 2. Or if people want to take the extra step and above and they don't want to just support the channel for $1 per month by clicking the join button, becoming a YouTube member, they actually want to go across to Patreon, get a whole 12 months done up front and done and dusted, or just pay monthly at, you know, $2 per month. Either way, it all goes towards supporting the channel. We want to head across to here And obviously I've already named the sun after Jupiter. And then we're going to pick a... Actually, there's a gas giant. There's a gas giant. I hope it's that one. That's a gas giant. Perfect. Okay, we want to head across here, and two things. Because Jupiter is a Patreon member, a Patreon support. Come on, Icarus. We get to, obviously, name the sun after him. Also means that we're going to end up building a Dyson Sphere around the sun. Every single sun that I'm naming, I want to put a Dyson Sphere around. At the same time, we need to find out, where is our fractal silicon? We have less than 1 million. Great. 400,000 on that planet. Oh, really? They're on 2 different planets? That's got kimberlite, and that's got fractal silicon. And fire ice. I don't think I'm going to tap the fire ice, because we're going to get fire ice from ice giants, which this planet happens to be, which, whilst we're here... Hang on. Let's fly back towards the sun. Build mode on. I want to find the equator, which I believe is this line coming up. No, next line. Look at this. As soon as this no longer says north and says south instead, that's it, says south. That's the equator. Now, I have made a blueprint. There is a catch. You do require the blueprint mod for this to actually work, but it is there if you want to use it. We want to go early game blueprints. I want to go gas giant, and we're going to drop that right there. Now, like I said, you do have to install the mod to get it to work, which is entirely up to you. Personally, for the ability to just drop down 40 orbital collectors in one click, it's for me, it's just worth the time. It's worth the time so much. So all I need to do is I need to fly around the planet. I need to look at this number. Oh, we also finished research. Can I get... that's 8,000. No, hang on. Let's do one thing at a time. Bring that up. I need to watch this number. When it gets down to 0, I need to stop Icarus, and then we can talk about research. Can't click that either. Can I drop that on a gas giant? What happens if we drop something on a gas giant? Sink? Will it stay floating forever? 2, 1, 0. So I want to stop just after this tower. We're going to press the delete button. It disappears. Good to know. We learned something. Okay, with that done, we're going to check research. So we got a drone engine, plus we got a communication control. They're now 8,000 points each. We're going to grab 1 megawatts extra fuel power, blah, blah, blah. We can recharge Icarus faster. At the same time, this adds to our maximum battery. So this battery down the bottom adds a whole heap. Can you, Icarus, whilst we talk, can you just fly forward? Yeah, like over there. Okay, back into research. So we're going to grab that. We're going to grab that because it's dirt cheap. In fact, we're going to grab 2 levels. I'm not worried about drone engine. Like, faster warp speed, not really that important. Ray transmission efficiency, we are... What's her efficiency currently? That's ore consumption. 31%. So we are still losing a little bit of power. But one thing I'd like to grab is Vane's utilization. That's 4,000. That's 2,000 to have our drones fly faster and our logistic vessels fly faster. That's 6,000. 18. Look, we're going to get 3 extra drones as well. Because the more drones I have, the faster we can get things done. So we have some research lined up. We need to completely finish circumnavigating this gas giant. 12 drones. Alright, once the last drone takes off to build that... Okay, we're all done. It's all built. The drones are still flying around the planet somewhere, but I don't mind. We can either go in to the Gobi, which has 400,000, or out to the other one, which has a lot more. We're going to go out. We're going to go out away from the sun, because I also need to, as I said, set up a Dyson Sphere. So we're going to try and break the gas giant's orbit. And that immediately moves us into the orbit of the next planet. There we go. And then we're going to hit the warp button because I'm in a bit of a rush. There's a lot I still want to get. We're going to run out of power. Maybe. Perfect. We have a scrap of power left. Okay. We want to make a lovely crash landing. We want to go towards a pole, preferably the north, but I really don't mind either way. That looks like a north pole. Build menu, map view. Yeah, that is the North Pole. It's got the red marker on it. Okay, so what I want to do is here, I want to set up another power hub. Except I want to use an upgraded version because there's a few things I want to make on this planet. Mainly, you know, rockets and things because we named the stars. So I need to, like, name the... Well, I need to build a Dyson Sphere. So we're going to put down the upgraded version. Now, the difference between these two versions is, well... the power plants. These are actually miniature fusion power plants, which burn deuterium. So we have a tower, it's going to start importing deuterium. You know, we need to do the usual fill with shippies thing. On top of that, I need to outpost the whole planet. Like I said, I'm going to skip the fire ice. We just don't need the fire ice. There and there. And meanwhile, Icarus is, well, out of charge at least. No, we still have some drones left. Okay, with that done, the very first thing I actually want to do is put a tower well over there. Come on. Can't even jump. Can't jump! Okay. I need to bring in advanced miners. 100 of them, please, because I burnt through basically everything on the last planet. And as always, we need to, you know, get some charge into this place. Oh, and I have 50 wind turbines. Can I also bring in wind turbines, please? Okay. Not quite. Alright, with that done, we need to grab fractal silicon. That's the magic resource I need. And I need to, for P achievements. Oh, well, there's a milestone. Discovered and mined fractal silicon on Jupiter 4. Oh, we haven't named it. We haven't named it. Let's name this planet because, as I said, every planet we're naming, we're landing on, we're going to name them after a lovely YouTube member. So, Jupiter is going to come, Jupiter 4 is going to become 3, whatever planet number it was, is going to come Mateus. Chetty is really good at pronouncing names in case you missed it. But we've also got fractal silicon, which brings us to 40 or 42. So we literally need to go grab unipolar magnets and also start making some artificial stars. And we have completed all the milestones. As for the achievements, we're trying to get the Magpie achievement, which I can never find the achievements in here. It needs a search button. Burn, baby, burn. No. We should have it mostly complete. There we go. 5 out of 7. Ugh. I don't know which one I haven't picked up. Okay. Alright, so that should get that one done. We just need to put in some advanced miners. You guys need... Well, you need to charge up enough that you'll start running. Which... Well, we've overloaded the grid slightly. But we do have materials here. So, you know, if somebody was to bootstrap it like that, suddenly power's great. And we are producing 1.16 gigawatts, which is not bad. And actually, we should have picked up an achievement, but I think I broke it by loading another save again. This is one of my problems, that I can't have separate achievements for separate saves. We should have just completed... No. 600 megawatts. 60 megawatts. There we go. Going nuclear. Generate more than 600 megawatts of power on a planet using mini fusion power plants. Well, considering we got 1.1 gigawatts, yeah, I think we're covered. But I need to do that thing again where I cut the video and I go do a crap ton of outposting. We'll see how we can cut, how quick I can get this one done. As there's no water I need to work around, it should be faster. But I need to get that done, and then we'll go on with, you know, the whole... I think we need a Dyson Sphere. And yeah, I do want to avoid the fire ice because I'm pretty sure we're going to have enough fire ice from gas giants, which probably means that the blueprint actually has a free slot on it that I don't know what ore I'd prefer instead. There we go. Alright, I'll see you guys in a minute. And we're done. We're done. Took all of about 8 minutes to fully outpost this planet. I did skip all the fire ice. I just don't see a point to getting the fire ice. At the same time, I did notice that we have iron, copper, and coal here, which... Oh, and silicon. And a mecha core level 6. So we have iron, copper, silicon, and coal here, which are very important ingredients. In fact, they're very important ingredients for our next project, because although I did want to get a Dyson Sphere up, I checked on the paperwork with the Intergalactic Advertising Campaign Manager, you know, because I thought by now the paperwork would have gone through and they would have approved it and we would be good to go, but turns out that the paperwork is still being processed and therefore they're not ready to sponsor the next sphere, which means that I'm not ready to build the next sphere, which means that we need to just fix in and fill in a bit of time till the next episode where we're definitely going to start building the sphere, getting some rockets up and running. But one of the issues I'm having is I don't have enough processors. I don't actually have enough processors to regularly keep up with our Dyson Sphere, our rocket production. So what we're going to do is we're going to fix our processor problem by putting that in purple science build, which you just saw me throw down. And the reason we're going to do that is not because I want purple science, but because I want that half of the build. Yeah, I want processors, and conveniently purple science happens to output processors. All of that can go away. And one of the things we built with this blueprint was the ability to upgrade sorters very quickly up to tiers, because I don't have crappy sorters anymore, so you're all going to become Mark III. But one thing we built with this blueprint was the ability to double the speed of it by doubling out the smelters and doubling out the speed of the assemblers. So we're going to upgrade, well, first off, we're going to double up all the smelters, for sure. And then the very next thing we're going to do is we're going to double the speed of the assemblers. And that should give us around about 6 extra facilities. Around about 6 extra processors per second added to our overall production. Okay, so with that done, we need a magical tower right about here. And as I said, we have iron, we have copper, and we have silicon here. The other thing we happen to have is we have coal, which means if somebody drags out from the depths a little proliferator build and dumps it right about there, probably should plug all this into power. Hang on, bots, we just need to drag a power pole from there to there. I'll have those, and I'll have those, and we're going to upgrade the sorters, yes, on this whole build. Can I have those as well, please? Okay, we should be able to put down one of these right here. Now, I do want to mention, if you happen to grab this particular proliferator build, somebody might have boo-booed and cut it 1 tile too short. I don't know who that was, but that's how the blueprint stands currently. There is a good chance that maybe it gets updated after this video. There is also a high probability that maybe I forget all about updating it and it stays 1 tile short. But if we add a coal input line there, and we set you to import the coal that we have locally on the planet, not all of it, local demand, set you to 50%, throw in shippies and shippies with a power pole right about there, you should start importing coal. Now, in saying that, we don't have a lot of coal on this planet. In fact, there is one set of veins here. This is all the coal in the world, which we're going to immediately crank up to 300%. It does mean rather than using 2.9 megawatts, it's going to use 26 megawatts, but that's okay, because we built miniature fusion power plants on this planet, so we have lots of spare power. Also means that I should be able to put... Actually, you know what? We're going to set you to local supply. Hang on, where's the copper one as well? Local supply. Local supply. Coal? Don't have a second coal? Oh, there it is. Local supply. Where's the other copper? Because I know there's 2 coppers. Local supply. And local supply. Okay. So, we're going to set up this to obviously bring in all the coal we can find. Did I forget to set a filter? I forgot to set a filter. Okay. We're going to have this bring in all the coal that we can find to make juice. Okay. And we're going to obviously take that juice from this build directly into its neighboring build. Oh, look. They're conveniently in a dead straight line. To then come over here and we're going to import our iron plus our copper plus our silicon plus warpers, because I do want to get the processes out of here. And also we're going to bring in, we're going to export the processes themselves. Like I said, we want to put those shippies in, those shippies in. We want to set you to 50%. 50% means it has a higher priority than any other tower. Obviously, the lower you set this percentage, the more often things get picked up and shipped out. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. And we're going to plug in some belts. Demand. Storage, and storage. Next copper belt being that one. Silicon belt to there. Silicon belt to there. Silicon belt to there. You guys are half self-proliferated already. And the only thing I have to do to this build is take my processes, which would come out here and go into purple science, and just stretch the belts around the outside of the build up to here and then into there. And okay, you've brought in those things, thank you. And with that done, we should start making some more processes, which means we should get some more rockets in the not too distant future, because like I said, we're definitely not making rockets fast enough. We can see processes are running, we can see microcrystalline components are running. Obviously nothing's juiced up yet, so all the ratios are going to be a little bit off, but the juice line has got to here so far, so I'm pretty sure we can call this whole build good to go and ready to run. Actually, I don't know how much juice this makes. 1 minute. 450 per minute. Okay. And I have no idea how much this one uses, but I doubt it's 450 per minute, because this was designed to make a full green belt worth of juice. You're all running? You are not all running because we're waiting on the diamonds. Oh! Somebody boo-boo. I used the wrong color of belt. Can I upgrade belt, please? That. And that. Yeah, they're going to be blue belt just in the start. And you have no coal. Have we eradicated all the coal on this planet already? No copper, no coal, no copper, no coal, no coal, no coal. Okay, we haven't set you to 300%, but we have now. Okay, well, with that out of the way, remote demand. Let's ship that in from wherever we can get it. That should make juice plenty fast enough to then keep this build active. What am I talking about? It's already fully filled up, proliferated. Well, there you go. Alright, so that should give us about another 3 processes per second. And I think actually I'll do it off camera. I think the only other thing I want to do is I'm going to just take the whole build and paste it about there somewhere. Yeah, about there. 2 tiles lower. There you go. What am I short on? Belt. Fine. Belts. Fixed. Shippies. Power pole. Okay. There we go. We'll just double it again. We'll double it again. That'll solve all the problems. But this is where I'm going to leave this episode because we've done a lot of housekeeping. The episode didn't go, you know, it went a little bit long. We got a lot of housekeeping done. We didn't get to green science. We're probably not going to get to green science next episode either, purely because I really don't want to do green science. Let's be honest. Nobody wants to do green science. Nobody wants to look at it, but we will do it the episode after. First thing I do definitely want to get done is I want to get another Dyson Sphere up and running because we have rockets sitting around doing nothing, waiting to be launched. So I would much prefer to get some rockets up and... I do have spare belt. Okay. Yeah, I got spare belt. Maybe no green belt. Upgrade. Solved. Okay, that's the whole build done. Ore is flowing in. Maybe none of that. Okay, maybe we've pushed our limits when it comes to copper already. Alright, we'll just bring in some remote copper. But yes, we should have this up and proliferated. Well, what are we talking about? It's already proliferated all the way down to here. Yeah, we should have this up and running half a second. We should be now getting 13 extra processes per second, roughly. 13, 14, they make 6.6, so 13-ish processes per second. And they should be dumping in both towers, which should alleviate some problems. Next episode, yes, we will do the Dyson Sphere stuff, because I do want to have rockets launching. The fact that we have rockets being production, we want... No, I want 10 minutes, and I want all. And if we scroll to rockets wherever they are in the grand list of things here, we can see production has some issues, and they are definitely caused by processors. Where is our processors? Process. Production has just gone up. Can I go hour? That resorted everything. Yeah, we can see as fast as I'm making them, they're disappearing. We can always confirm that by going to a tower and saying, okay, you will ship out when you get to 1,000, because that's the most we can carry. If I set you lower, they get shipped out instantly. So that means there is more demand than there is supply, which is problematic. Why are they sprayed? Oh. We don't want them sprayed. Yeah, we'll save the spray. Because technically they don't need to be sprayed, because we don't know where they're going. If they need to be sprayed at the other end, they'll get sprayed at the other end. But, yeah, we're definitely short on processes. But with that done, next episode we'll get the Dyson Sphere up and running, because I want to be launching rockets. I want to be launching rockets, I want to be making spheres, I want to make sure every single Patreon supporter who has a star named after them gets a sphere. So like I said, the paperwork is in limbo. I guess it's probably dealing with lawyers currently about, you know, the intergalactic advertising managers and which sponsor they're going to have covering the next star. But we're going to call this episode here. I will see you guys in the very next episode, where we crank out some rockets, crank out some cannons, crank out probably some ray receivers to actually absorb the power. And I'll see you guys in the very next episode where we get all that stuff done. All right, that's it. We're out. Thanks for watching. Bye.